live drawing session on your mobile phone using the Paintology drawing app, available from the Google Play Store. And you can get that. This is the home screen, but I'll show you the various here. Typically, I don't have the screen here. The Play Store, Google Play Store. Let's go to it now, Google Play Store, and then type in Paintology app, and then you'll see it. Here it is, this one, and you'll see that this is the screenshot. So it's not like the other drawing app. It's more, teaches you more about techniques. You may be familiar with traditional materials, traditional drawing, and because most of the digital apps, their focus is always around tools. And as I have said, the carpenter is not judged by their tools. They're more judged by the quality, the end product, the cabinets, the woodwork stuff they make. Yeah. The same with drawing. They're not judged. I mean, you wouldn't judge Picasso based on the tools he used, right? Or even Monet or anyone. You'd just look at the merits of their paintings. So, how do I draw on the phone? And well, that's where Paintology comes in. And I draw with the minimum set of tools, just one brush, and then I'm able to make even photorealistic drawings with one brush. You might have seen on the Paintology channel. This happens to be the Paintology channel. I do have another one. It's called the Produce channel, and you can check that one out. Type Produce Paintology, and you should find it on YouTube. Now let's look at the way typically I'm drawing. So this is another unique way of drawing, is using the finger, but I have sort of been using the stylus a couple of occasions. These are interesting drawings I've drawn on this phone, but I've been using a stylus because it's easier for me to look at the screen. Would I be drawing any other way? I'm using my finger, and I've drawn many lately. I've drawn many of the artwork you see using the finger, and you're perfectly fine to use it, or a stylus, whatever happens to be next to you. So this is the home screen, and once you've installed the app on your phone, and let's look at the so this one I did as a live session. You may be familiar with this recognizable face. This Katrina Kaif, or Kaif as they call her, famous Indian actress. And so I was developing techniques, and this is what you should do whenever you do art. The reason why most people don't go to art, but they would dearly love to go through art, they dabble in it when they're young, and then after that it disappears, right? But it's been proven that drawing helps the mind, calm the mind. I mean, especially in a world where we live right now, where there's so much social content that's bombarding us, and people just delve into it. Even the news media is sensationalized, and becomes less factual and more sensationalized. So, we need a time off, and there can be nothing better than taking your phone out and doing a drawing. Oh, by the way, the drawing I'm going to do can be available. Let's go back to the is available from, go to the paintology.com website, then go down as a little bit, and you'll see a section, live streams, Google Classroom, Udemy. There, can you see it? Right, so these are the live sessions that I do, and right now I've got the image that I'm going to be drawing, and this is the image. You can see it's a Some of you might recognize this scene, but I actually saw it on the TV and I took a quick snapshot and I thought, what a lovely scene. And you see the golden sun reflected on the water, and then this is the boat that we have. This is probably a scene from India, Bangladesh with the Noka. So let's go back. So here it is. You can join along with me to, and there are lots of other there's the Google Classroom, which is free. You can sign up, the link in the description, and that will really pave the way for you to get quickly into it's got quite a lot of drawing material. Again, it's not designed to show off Paintology. Paintology is just a platform for you to develop these art techniques that can be used across the board with other medium and others. So you'll find yourself more developing techniques and less focus on tools. And I'm not dismissing tools as a means of drawing, because that's perfectly fine. There's the drawing. And tools is perfectly fine if you want to do illustration, vector graphic, computer graphics, animation, all the things that are computer focused, and if you like that form of digital art, then go ahead. I'm a very proficient user of Photoshop and GIMP and CorelDRAW and others, but I would not use it for drawing. My passion is in traditional drawing, and I translate that love into the digital drawing. So what have we got here? So if you're new to this, you may want to check out my other live tutorials, quite a few of them, and go through it and pick the links I showed you earlier to draw along with me by having the video on while you're doing it. But in this case, in the Paintology, there are quite a tutorial section here on the top left, and you have the ability to work at your own pace. These are tutorials that have been designed for you to draw. Take for example 4 here. Looks here. You can draw just like real paint by numbers, and even watch the video if you click on that. Yeah. Okay. And then you can toggle. So there's a lot of tutorials like that, and they're all structured in that Google Classroom I showed you. Okay. So let's go back to our drawing that we're going to do. Sorry about the bit of a lengthy introduction, but if you're new, it's always beneficial to understand what it's all about. So the essence of drawing, again, it boils down to tones. And what are tones? Tones are the contrasting image. The beauty of this particular drawing, picture, what's attractive about it is because there are high contrasting tones going on. You got that boat here, dark, and then you got that background landscape, trees, and the tree and nature, even birds even flying around, dotted around, and then the sun, giving that warmth with that orange color. And then you have a foreground which is fairly dark here. These are supposed to be probably some plants or rocks. It can be even look like rocks. So these are the tones. These are what makes the picture so attractive. And when we come to look at a drawing, the artist who pulls off the greatest tones, able to convey the greatest number of tones, will probably give more depth to this. Yeah. So what do I mean by tones? Well, tones are, I'm gonna show you how the tones are developed through a process that I call the drawing process, which is it's not very well documented by artists, and the reason why that is because they all adopt their techniques and they think that that drawing process is sort of it's more akin to that artist and no, but the drawing process can be broken down, distilled, just like when you learn dancing, perhaps it's broken down, isn't it? And same with the drawing process, it can be broken down. The problem is when it comes to teaching art, there are too many. I find there are too many drilling exercises that can put you off art. In fact, instead of encouraging you to enjoy that journey, and the reason why you get put off is because they're drilling exercise, and you really don't know why that is. And I feel that doing a complete drawing from start to finish will ground you in the enjoyment of drawing. The reason why I still draw, and I love drawing, and I like to learn new techniques. I never stop learning, and you shouldn't do the same. So techniques is the major crux of how you're going to become a good artist, not the use of tools, and I explained that already earlier. So it's the drawing process, and the drawing process is not really well documented or shown, and I'm going to show you that as I go along. So the first thing is I'm thinking about techniques. So I look at this drawing from purely point of looking at this image and getting lost in the picture, thinking I'm there, with the sun, the high sun, with the sun that's settling, still blazing, and while I'm sort of feel the breeze coming from the lake, or the river, and then when I'm looking at it as a drawing or a painting, I look at it different hat. I'm looking at tones, like I showed you, the beautiful orange tones, the white tones, and the misty background, which is going to turn dark very soon, right? And so these are the things that I need to convey into my drawings. So first thing first is I always start off, I'm going to stick to the line brush. I like the line brush. There are lots of other brushes. Don't think the brushes are going to make you the artist that you're looking for. They're not. Brushes are just a way of furthering these techniques that are critical to drawing and painting on the digital medium. So let's set it at 20%. And what am I going to do? I've got this cursor top trace bar here, and then I'm going to get the color picker. Let's clear the background, and then I'm going to look. That's perfectly fine, isn't it? I think it's fine. So what I'm doing here is I've got the cursor at the top, and if I use the color picker, I'm going to pick every color that is on the reference image. If I go here, look, I picked an orange color. Can you see that? So that's the color picker job. If I go here, white, look, I picked that. Oops, that's not the color. Let's go here. Look, it's actually a blue color. But the strange thing is that when you look at it, it looked like white, didn't it? That's how the eyes can fool your perception of colors and tones. So be careful about that. Be aware of that. You'll find many artists talking about that, but I won't go into the details here. So I'm going to keep it at the top up, just above, so I can see the reference image and my drawing here. Can you see it? That's color I picked, and I'm just drawing with that. So then if I were to go anywhere below that midpoint, let's use the color picker. It's white. Let's pick another color picker. It's white. And why is that? Because this belongs to your canvas drawing. So let's see what we have here. Color picker, this. There, can you see? You made a drawing here. Alright, so we're going to set it at that, and then I'm going to actually increase a little bit for the sky because I don't want to spend too much, and then I'm just simply actually go a bit higher, 30%. and then I'm using the color picker, and then I'm just putting the tones that are in that area right there. I'm not worried about the sun yet, so just using the line brush. Notice I take the line brush up to there, and then it becomes orange, right there. Just drag it along and keep selecting the color picker, so you, wherever your cursor lands will be the color you picked up. And let's do that around the, don't worry about the details yet, we'll do the blending later, and it won't be a tool for blending, you'll be doing it through your own techniques. That's it, there. By the way, I've been doing quite a few portraits, and I realized that I needed a change, so I just picked this landscape because one of my biggest love for painting and drawing is landscapes. Apart from technology, of course, where I'm continuing to enhance the Paintology drawing app, yeah. Okay, there. So I just did the sky, and then I'm gonna look at the tones. Yeah, just take a look at the tones. You'd think that by looking at the draw image, you'd have 3-4 tones for the sky and the sun and the haze around the sun. But look at the very. You'd think that all these tones were similar. You'd be wrong. They are actually very distinctly separate. And if you found the hex code for that, there would be a lot. They would be easily different. And I might do that as an exercise later on. Okay, there, and there. So let's see what we have of the sky. There it is. Beautiful sky that we're going to blend later on, but not right now. And then I'm going to, that's the sky, but I always like to finish. I would always like to lay down the full color, and the reason for that, look, this is the color I picked behind those trees. Okay, behind those trees, very important. And then you do that because that's the color that's showing behind those trees. And now I'm going to do this full dark color here. Notice I took it down. I didn't tell you that I took it down. I took down the brush size. So now we've got another one. I'm going to take it down again. And the reason because I want to capture some of the details without having to do broad strokes. Again, I pick the color tones. The reason I pick the color picker is because you may think that this is just black. You'd be surprised how this tone changes. That's what gives the illusion of depth. So I'm just picking out, and then look at that. Look at that change there. And I'm going to show you in a minute the tones that I picked out from that boat, right? Here, look, dark brown, and look, even a different tone of black altogether. Do you see? That's what gives it depth. It's all about tones. So let's now keep to this brush, and then just, because we can probably get away by doing this area here, here, okay, and then this dark black area, and then just now and then always pick the can go here. And this is okay brush size, because depending on the brush size, you would you'd spend more or little time on it. Look, that's a little bit, it doesn't matter, that's fine. And then pick that, right? And then let's go back here, and then let's do that, the river. There's the river, okay? I'm picking the color tones, just putting it down. Color picker, then just putting it in. Color picker, color picker. And you'll get better at this. So no drawing experience required. Now here, I'm using the same color because it's a little hard to pick the color picker now. And then similar, look at this orange hue going, beautiful orange. Alright, this is quickly just going through it really quickly. You can, this is in my, what I call the first pass of drawing. Don't know others tell you that you can't draw it on the phone. You need all these sophisticated schools, tools to draw digital. This is all a marketing hype. And also people who are not really proficient in the fundamentals of art. I'm not saying I am, but I have both good skills in traditional and digital. So let's see what we have here. Right. So we've laid that. You can almost tell that that's actually a drawing of a landscape scene, the sky, and we don't know if that's the sun, and then we have that river, and then now we're going to do this beautiful foreground here, which is, you may say, why is that beautiful? Well, it's dark, but it actually gives it the whole essence of, brings it alive, isn't it? It's like with nature. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. We'll let the observer decide what that foreground is. But I have a fairly good idea what it is. It's actually one of the plants that you see in the rivers. There's green plants that have, like, they're very leafy, heavy leafy. Forgot the name, but let the eyes decide what. Alright, no, I wasn't going very fast anyway. So there you are. Like, that looks so, like, could be passed off as a boat, but we don't want that. We want more details, right? So we have, this is the first pass. And now here's the fundamental point about the drawing process. Without this first pass, you wouldn't be able to go to the second pass. And that is the biggest mistake beginners make, is because they see all these artists, great artists on YouTube, and then they see them taking a blank piece of paper all the way to a piece of art that you can hang on your wall, and then you're thinking that's the whole process so magical and so mystical that you get, that's all you want to do. You enjoy the whole production of that thing, but you never really question why the artist did, how they did it, and the reason for doing it. And then when you find yourself giving a try at drawing, you just throw your arms up in the air and say, I can't do it. I can't get from zero all the way to the finished. And that is a total, because you have no idea of the process, the drawing process. And to do that, you need to learn. Do you think that those artists went for somehow magically, woke up one night and then went from zero to all the way to finish? No, they practiced, they learned, they understood techniques, which is fundamental to drawing and painting. Techniques are the key to good drawing and good painting, so you should also learn that. And if you throw up your arms in the air, you're thinking very, very narrow, confined, two-dimensional. You're thinking like a little child who's going to do a block drag drawing, and then that's it. It's not evocal. This actually contradicts with what Picasso said, that you should think like a child, and I do agree with him, but then he didn't really distill or break down the drawing process, which is what I'm trying to do now. So what have we got here? Let's look at the whole drawing, whole drawing and the image. Let's compare. Look at the details of that. How are we going to replicate this fine detail? You'll find it will come together all at step by step. That's it. That's all it is, step by step. So the first thing is, I haven't got that sun bit right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work more on that sun element. So I got the brush size here, and then I'm going to go to more of the drawing and then pick that, and then sort of get a sort of this effect of the sun, right? So pick the brush, yeah, and then there, and then because it's round, I want to get some of these colors around it. So giving the illusion, that's what we're doing. Now I'm picking the colors and just going around it. I'm not sure what it's going to turn out like, but hopefully it will be the look, this barrier here, and then look, pick this color here, just, and then, so I'm keeping it tight so I know, so I get a effect of the sun. Look, there's the orange, beautiful orange, and then look, there's the orange, and then see if we've got something that resembles the sun, and it does. You have to admit it does, but then we have these choppy areas here. So let's see if we can somehow diffuse that using the color picker, and then just take that down the edge here. It's all about techniques. Have I dived into any of the digital tools, layers, or anything like that? No. Okay, so got that. So we got some form of teaching is really helping me. Teaching others is really helping me to also understand the techniques better and better, so I can bring you more better techniques. So we've got this choppy area, and let's address that, and let's get the tighter localized colors. Right, that the bigger brush couldn't possibly have got, and then keeping it very tight. So this is one form of blending, you could say, right? And then I'm going to show you how this translates into the image that you're trying to do, right? Keeping it tight like that. Right, and then we can say here, look, here, look at here. Let's just do that. See how that color's changed? Because you're now going to that. Because remember, the whole idea of this drawing is to look at this left side. Look, it's more blended, isn't it? But we need some more blending here. See that? Here. So just dab, dab, dab. Keeping it very tight. Don't move across, because the tones are within this region. There. See more? And now we can see Wow, we've got tones, a blockage going on here. So again, same thing. So we pick the color and then just keep it tight, and then just reduce. This is like a macroscopic way of doing the tones, and believe me, this is new to me, and what I'm teaching you I have not done before myself, but I feel that this is a good approach, you know. So you think that I have everything up my sleeve. I don't, and it's the reason why people enjoy drawing, is because it's a continued learning process. If you didn't learn something, if you throw up your arms in the air, it's because you don't want to learn. That's all it is. Don't blame the system, blame the fact that you don't want to learn, because if you were to learn, you would say, why is it that I can't get to the next step? And then most people are still beating around the bush saying, is it talent or do you have to be born with it? And unfortunately they will continue to do that the most part of their life, and then life will have gone past them, and then before it's too late, right? Alright, let's have a look. Look at that. Look how we've shaped that particular sky now. Now it's beginning to look like, yeah, wow, it's actually looking like a bit like the sun, isn't it? I mean, the sky that we have in the original image. So let's save that. So this is a drawing process, and also getting past the steps of improving the drawing that will eventually come to the final drawing, yeah, and we were final drawing or painting that's going to make everything look good. So now I'm going to show you the other blending technique, and this is completely on my side. So I've got a good brush here, and here we go. This is it. That's where density comes in, and you're wondering, what? Now I know what this is. So density means that it's not like ink. Think of it like a pencil. As soon as you bring this down, you're turning this into a hard, very hard pencil here, and a very dark pencil here, all the way to ink, meaning that one stroke will produce that exact color, and no matter how much you go over it, it will remain that color. But if you go here, you'll have to do quite a few strokes to get that color, and I'm not sure how I can show you, but that's how it is. Just take my word for it now, and then I'll probably offer a class if you're interested on showing you this density setting. Yeah, so please do write, comment, and provide anything, because this is all designed for you, and I do it because I want people to see how easy it is and not take the complicated route, and how easy that you can develop skill sets that go rapidly beyond drawing skill set that you may already possess. And I keep continuing to develop my skill set, hence I can draw photorealistically on my phone, and it doesn't have to be with the trace. Okay, so now let's look at the density. So let's take it down to, I've got it at 10%, and look what happens when I select the color picker and then I just gently go over that. Look at that, see that? And then look what I do with this color. I pick that, look how it's sort of blended. You've seen that? Amazing, isn't it? It's no trickery, it's just blending, that's all it is. I'm blending the colors. Look, I'll show you closer here. See that color there? I'm just going to bring it down because, look, see? Look. And then I could even take it down a bit, not that, sorry, this to 20%. And look, it'll give me more. Alright, see that? Very easy. And then this one, look at that. Very easy. See how beautifully it blends? Fairy. Can you imagine using a blending tool for all this? Gosh, good luck. Look at that. Ah, beautiful. Just perfect. Isn't this what you want to do? Not just tapping into the tools all the time. So which tool's going to help me do that? If you're looking for that, I'm sorry, but you're not. You're looking for tools to give you tools that show you everything for you, like make your cup of tea. And that's the problem with the society, is that they want the easy way out and everything. They want to master skills without doing anything. I can bring the orange. So two ways I can do it. Either take that darker color and do that, or bring the orange and yeah, perfect, isn't it? Beautiful. That's what the tools are for. Those powerful tools of density is all you need. Not the blurring tool to select this point. So I'll show you how it looks. We've done this blending quickly. This is so fast, it doesn't require much. And look at this distinct one. I can either take that orange and then diffuse it into that, which is what I'll do, because I plan to expand there. Just pick any color, don't worry about it. It'll work. Let's see what it looks like now. Look at that, how much diffusion we have done, isn't it? And then you can see there are still more diffused areas. So we'll take it down a little bit. This is where experience comes in. And then I'm going to just go take that and just diffuse. So you keep practicing like that and you'll find that you get better and better. Eventually you're not going to know where the diffused areas is. Well, let's have a look. So much better, isn't it? And now we can go here. Same thing. Go over it. Remember, the sky is like I'm following a gradient down. That's why I'm using this horizontal type strokes. There, can you see it? How far we've come? We could even take it further and say we'll diffuse more of this area. So it looks like a perfect blended sky. Let's see. But still giving the notion that there is a sky, a gradient sky. And then this dark area can keep creeping down a bit. Right, what do we got here? See that? Since we took the gradient, now we could either take that down and then just make sure we don't see, and then carry that lighter color as well. And then what do we got here, right? Let's look at the original, just for argument's sake. Look how beautiful, rounded. Let's try something different, right? Go really rounded. See, now your eyes are looking at these. See that? This is where your eyes. Just look at that. You take it, do it to such. Look, now you can see here. Now this again part of the drawing process. Look at it. Now you can see that as you're blending with such ease, you can see there are now these areas, and you wouldn't come to this step had you not, had you not come to this level by doing. So this is a step maybe 4 out of maybe 10 or 20 I'm going to do. So we're going to diffuse this area, right? Very easy. I've taken the darker one into the lighter. Look at that, it just disappears. Amazing, isn't it? Just disappears. And then, I can't wait to go for the center here. But before I do that, I want to take some of that orange and just plaster it here. A beautiful, lovely golden. Take some of that orange. Look at the sky now, isn't that like a long way off? Let's take that down a bit. Now you're going to see how this comes together. Such a beautiful rendition, isn't it? There, look at that. Wow, that looks like a real sun. And look at the notice that as you get more tuned to it, that there is that sun that drops this really lovely hue that drops down. So we're going to try and replicate that. Let's take it down. Let's go that this color, this orange color, is just trying to get to that boat. Yeah, why not? Right, look at that. So all done, that one. So let's say that works for us, right? So the next thing we're going to do, let's save it. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is, oh yes, that tree line. We're going to do that tree line. How do we do that? Well, luckily we're on the line brush. So this is where the size of the brush comes up. Again, we take it very far. Look at the brush size. We're going from extreme end. And this, don't think 1% isn't. Just pick the color. It's not quite black. Yeah? Let's pick that and then let's just draw these branches first. Randomly. That's what I love. It's the beauty of drawing, That's why I love drawing landscapes. Okay, look at that. And then we can see what that turns like. So let's see what we have here. We want to keep looking to see what we have. Yeah, so we're going to drawing these branches, and then they're going to come out is the color I had. So we're just going quickly, rapidly, these large branches. And then we can say, well, I think you can probably increase that a little bit, tad more, and then do the bushes, you know, very quickly. That's technique, you see. These are all techniques I'm showing you. And you could apply hundreds, just like the number of tools you have hundreds of, or even thousands of techniques, right? Look, this is the line of trees that I want to capture. So these are the line of trees, and I'm going really quickly, right, to give the illusion of the tree line, because we know what the tree line looks like. Right there. And let's see what it looks like. If it doesn't look good, then we could do something different, right? I'm not trying to get it right all the time, you know what I mean? We're trying to get close to it as possible. And let's look what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like tree line, isn't it? And then we may have to add some darkness to it. Yeah, notice here, like, see that? While I'm doing this, let me add a bit of the darkness. This is the brown, so I've got it this bit dark. So I'm going to add the darkness to give it secondary tone of colors, to give the illusion that it's not a flat piece. Right. Not too much. Don't do it too much, because you got the primary color, which is the brown, and then just a little bit. Let's see what it looks like. That looks like it's got depth, isn't it? Before it looked like flat ink. Then you can just, don't be afraid to always go to your drawing and then see there's no white sun, it's not settling sun. Right there. Yeah. Then take it down and even do the branches. Give that illusion. Don't be afraid to go to your thing, because you want to learn, isn't it? That gives that depth. Tiny, even though it's tiny, it's still got some detail that the eye has to make out. Alright, let's look at it now. Oh yeah, it's beginning to look like a tree line, isn't it? So now we need to do these. Now this is not a tree line, it's actually building structures, right? So let's just do the let's not say that is that. So let's just make sure that we have, so we can start doing the line relative to, so we want to stay close if we can. So there's now again plantations. Okay, so now we can go and just put down the first pass. What do we have here? Let's put down the first. So here, what's that? Go like a little. So just go here. This almost looks like a mountain. I feel like I could leave that. But anyway, let's Okay, let's now take the brush size to match those building elements, and then pick the brush size. Look how even 2.5% brush size is so big. Look there, look. Just about even bigger than that pole, isn't it? So you wouldn't want to do that. So let's lay down the first, right, with the tones that you're going to pick out from that horizon. And I'm keeping our density 100%. And I'm just laying down, and then I'm going to look at that, the whole drawing after I've done this. And then just following the image, just going very quickly. It's a different color, so that's what I'm doing. And then it's slightly different. See that? And that's what gives it depth. Then here, this is what gives it depth. Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks quite good, isn't it? I feel like I could leave that here. And then we have this bit which is sticking out. So notice what we did here, right? We got the we worked our way from the sky to the tree line, and now to the horizon, and now we're looking at this, and now you're thinking. So I'm showing you a mixture of techniques using the block coloring. So block coloring is the key to this drawing because it allows you to pick colors. Now I'm showing you the drawing process, which is, you can see here that because we reached the stage, done that, look at that, sitting on like a sore thumb. So we can clear this area. What is it? So get that black, keep it at that, not a problem. And then keep it that color. So what we got here? Just making sure that we have some details, and then let's see if we've sort of managed to pull whatever we're supposed to do with this, yeah? Because we are working on the smaller brushes, we can now, remember I'm at the top half, so be careful you get the top half. Okay, and then we're just cleaning up these edges, right? And then see if that's made a difference. It certainly has, hasn't it? So now what we do, okay, I think we're more or less done with this. And then, do you see a pole that was sticking out, right? I feel like I need to add a pole somewhere to show that this is a man-made world. Yeah, look at that there. Let's pick that tone. Look how big that is, right? So take that down. Yeah, that could work. So let's see where we're going to add the pole. Oops, flying saucers there. Alright, let's see. Does that work? Maybe increase. Did that work? I think it did. There. And there. No? A bit bigger. There. Yes, I think that's fine. Isn't it? It looks like a human man-made tree. Well, they probably felled the tree and made a bowl out of it. Who knows? Anyway, let's go back. Now what are we going to do? Let's address the boat. Let's save that. Let's let's address this boat. Let's look at the boat carefully. No, not too much detail. That's the beauty of doing these beautiful sunset scenes. It's because you have silhouettes like this, right? Look at that little area. Now I see what I was trying to draw. This the canopy of that boat. Yeah. So let's take it up. Now it makes sense. So let's just make sure we have this canopy in this color. And that's this area, which is, we're going to finish this really quickly. Just select and then just take it down. Take that yellow, orange, beautiful orange, which is a reflection of that going through that lovely just wonderful colors. And then you'll see that it does resemble close to what we have here. And here. And here. And let's see what that looks like. Wow, we have got some shapes going on here, isn't it? So we're just working out. Typically, it's not a question of working your way down as a drawing. It's perhaps more than that. But this seems to work well, working our way down with the sun. The sun, this is the actual drawing, the sun. And then slowly, it just seems like natural to work our way down. So before we go too far into the boat, we fix the main element of the boat, which was that. So we might as well finish this part as well, since we have, yeah. Alright, and then take that boat, this. See what that looks like. Alright, let's see. Yeah, better. And then since we're just following that along, we can just do the same here. Then just tidy it up. You don't have to do too much. Just tidy it up with different tones. Okay, because we've already laid down the actual main tones using the bigger brush, right? So let's see what we have here. Yeah, it's sort of working now, isn't it? And now we get to this area, so don't worry about the tiny details just yet. And I'm going to show you how to get those. Those are this, you think that they're fundamental to this drawing. They may be, but they're not the main thing right now. Right now I'm going through steps of the drawing process and just laying down what I need to do after I've done these tiny steps, yeah? Same thing we did, remember? We just, that gives the sense of something in that line, a small, perhaps a little hill. a patch of land that's floating in the. So let's see what that looks like. That looks like we can almost get away with that, and we'll leave it like that, right? Now let's tackle this side. Remember, it's white, so it makes total sense that. Let's take that brush down. Makes total sense that. Notice how I switch quickly on my canvas, the bar, the middle bar. So it's not really drawing. Am I really drawing? I'm actually just copying, isn't it? But it's really helping a lot in your appreciation of drawing. Okay, so we just said we're gonna take that. See how I'm taking it away and creating these little ridges and notches, and then I don't have to do much. When I do that, look at that there, and then there. So it's actually just doing it for us, isn't it? That small brush. Right, and then here. See the color change there. If you don't go to undo, go undo. Right, I think we're okay. You want to get something pointed, that's how you do it. So let's have a look. Yes, I think we've done that bit. We're happy with that. Now we can come down to below that tip of the boat. Keep working my way down. Save it. Now let's see what we have here. Very easy. Still got that 2% brush. Okay. Then this. And then just pick that. And then as we are doing with that smaller brush, we're picking out tones. The tones that change within that river. And then in a way, we're actually doing minimal work to bring this painting alive. Okay. Right, and then there. Oh yeah, we can't forget that essential thing, the ore, right? Beautiful ore. And then just go with that wonderful ore. Key to fishing, isn't it? Without that, they would be stranded in the river, isn't it? The sea. Yeah, we laid down that first, lovely. Then, since we're on the boat, so let's sort of refine the boat. Look at these lovely. Let's see if we've got the right brush. We might even take it down, actually, just a tad. And then let's look at it. Let's get these tones. Luckily it's a horizontal stroke, so it's not too complicated. That's all we're doing. Techniques of doing this. It's all techniques, and you'll come to appreciate these techniques as you keep practicing like this. Super fun, you have to admit. I bet you want to do this drawing right now, isn't it? Well, you can. Just what you have to do is get your phone out and so then install this app, and then and then just check on the home page to get this image that I'm drawing with. Alright, look at that. So there are two ways to go about this tiny rope-like structure. Look at that there. It's not quite hit the mark. But let's look at that. See how I've got a very large, and there's ways of going around it. Let me show you how to make that really thin. You pick that adjacent color there, can you see it? So I just picked that adjacent color and I made it tiny. So now I can go here, there wasn't any of this, that tone which I must have picked up from there. Right, just go along. Every now and then color picker to pick up these lighter tones, giving it depth, right? Color picker, that's it. Just go along, because that's not quite matching the colors here. Look at that, it's a different color altogether. So because we used a broad brush, we weren't focused on the localized tones. Right, let's see what that looks like. Oh yes, looking so much better now, isn't it? Now, come a long way, haven't we? Gotta admit. So now let's go here and do the same thing. We got almost just under 2%, and just keep dabbing away. Right, just keep dabbing away at these tones. That's it. Just keep dab. And then you'll see that these darker tones, these dark tones you pick up now and then just splatter it all over wherever you see it. But the important thing is to keep the general tone the same color as the image. I mean, you could experiment. There's no harm. There's no right or wrong way. And digital drawing, there is no right or wrong way. Just look at that beautiful color. I love these colors. You've got to be in love with colors to be able to draw in, because that's what the colors are, tonal variations. Right, so I'm just going to do a different effect here. I'm not going to fill, I'm just going to leave these gaps, see if that creates some kind of an effect, and then see if we can get away with saying, yeah, that still does the job. So you can see just creating some kind of a rippling. If it doesn't work, then do it again, right? Do something else different. Let's see if that works. Sort of works, isn't it? Let's try and do that to the others. And then we'll come up with another effect, yeah? Because we're almost towards the end, isn't it? So alright, so I've got that red. Okay, here, can you see it? There, so white. Yeah, such a different color. And then that's the area that we want to try and diffuse, just like we did the sky. Alright. Yeah. Make sure the color matches. Still got it at 100%. Look, it's not quite red. It's amazing, isn't it? I thought it was the orangey color, but it's not. And then while we're at it, just do the. See, I'm picking the color picker still. Down here, just do it. Just go over it, the areas you can see. Again, you see I'm not doing it precisely, I'm just giving the illusion. That's all I'm doing, because you don't have time to pick the wrong color. You see that? It's very easy when you're very close to a highly contrasting. So you don't have to do it exactly, although I feel like I just need to create some kind of effect on this, which is what the plan is. Alright, oops, what is that here? I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. Wow, we're practically finished, I think, isn't it? So the only thing is that we can say is let's clean up this area here. I don't feel like I need to. And then put some character to, no big deal. We don't know what it is. But let's put some character. But look at these colors there, right? There's a tonal variation going on here. So we could probably increase that. So we don't have to spend just... don't know what's going on here, but we could have actually taken this color and then just blended it. Okay, we can do that as well. No big deal. Like we've learned blending. Take this color and blend it. So it looks like it's not choppy or there's something. And then just give the illusion that there is something going on. But it's not quite the same color. Let's see. Yeah, that works, doesn't it? So now we've done that, and I think what we can do now is use while we're doing the blending, it's telling me, why don't you just blend it in there and then take it down. Well, it's all experimentation. I need to take it down further. In fact, I'm not too happy with that. Take it down. See, you have to do it, and then pick that color and then blend it to that right there. Just give it some kind of a there, take it there, just give it some kind of an effect, and then bring that up here just a tad, and then let's see what we looks. Oh, that's looking good, isn't it? Okay, now the same thing here, we do that. Again, it's technique. Just a bit too, I might take that down. Okay. Right there. Take that, giving the illusion. So we can do that. You see, in this part, we've come to a different area of our blending. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, I'm happy with that. In fact, I could probably take that color and then just brighten it a little bit. Okay, take that color, just brighten it. So that really take a stab at this here. So take that, cancel save. Okay, let's take that, create those ripples. Look at that. How do we create that ripples? Well, I have my thoughts on this. Just take that up. Look at that. Take it down even more, and then just feel your way. Let's see if that adds a sense of illusion. Well, let's see. Don't overdo it. Don't always overdo it. Look. Let's see. I think that's going to pull it off, isn't it? Yes. Nicely done here. And then we can probably put some here, the ripples here, somewhere that can check that there. Then we can say, why not put some here? Just creating illusions. Okay, now all we need to do is do the other side, blend that. I can feel I need to blend this. So take it down as we did before, and really down, so we have more control. And then just blend that pink area. See that? Beautiful. And then this one, take that color, and then just push it in, right? And then take this color and then just, so now it looks like that is completely diffused. Well, not quite. And then final bit, again, colors diffuse. There is no margin for error. Look at that. Look how beautiful it's diffused it. Isn't that lovely? And now look at the pink here. Pink, diffuse it. Alright, and then this. Right there. And then here. Pick this one up, that darker tone. And then just pick that dark tone. And then let's lift that up more. Yeah. Alright, and then finish off here. Alright. then we have some, so it doesn't look like it's, and then let's pick some of that white tone and take it, grab it, take it to the next. Yeah, what do we have here? Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think that was a good job, isn't it? Quickly we did it. So what did we do? Let's save this. No. Okay, what did we do? Started off with a blocky broad brush. Then we decided, saw techniques. Then I had a way to create the sky. Then laid down the first block color. Then I blended the sky, and I showed you two methods of blending the sky. One was to reduce the brush size so the eye can't distinguish very easily, and then so we reduced the brush size and went over this choppiness in the sky, and then we brought in the density brush here, and that really diffused the sky. And then around the sun we just followed a circular path of blending, yeah, and then we brought the sky down here, blended all the way up to the tree line here, and then the backdrop of the what looks like a small village town, and then we tackled the areas, just kept working our way down without really too focused on the details. Then the boat, then you can see the boat resembles someone steering the oar, and then we brought the colors in. Did we bring the colors in here? Yeah, we did, I think. Yeah, because it's sort of white. So then we now you can see that through that little canopy you can see the background, and then we brought an area. Then we did the middle section, and then we kept bringing the river down colors, and then added a few touches, including the foreground, and that's what we have here. So I think I'm going to sign this, and so we did a good job on that. So I'd like to hear your feedback and tell me what you think, and then if you want me to draw something, and then so I can show you them, perfectly fine to do that. So you can take pictures. This looks like too big, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So if you like to do more pictures or drawings like this, and I have a picture in mind, please do post it or a link to it to the comments, and then subscribe, of course, to this channel so I can keep bringing in these fun tutorials. And if you're not doing it, I really encourage you to do it. It's really simple, fun way to get into drawing on your phone, and you can take some time out from all the distractions around you and just take some time off doing this. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this. Until another day, see you soon, bye.